Hello everyone, welcome. It is time for my Sephora Holiday Savings Event 2025 recommendations. If you've clicked on this video, you most likely already know that the annual Sephora Holiday Savings Event is quickly approaching. The event runs October 31st through November 10th. You do have to be signed up for the Sephora Beauty Insider program in order to participate. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably already know that, and you probably know all the details about who gets 10% off, who gets 15% off, who gets 20% off. But in case you don't, I will have that information up here on the screen and also down below in the description box. I just don't want to take up any more time than necessary because I have a lot of products to cover. 60 plus products, in fact. Here's my 3-page list, well, 2.5-page list that I have been working on ever since I got the dates for the event. And every year I do try to present my recommendations to you in a different way. And this year I decided to go with a top 3 or 5 in each category. Now, in case you have no interest in hearing about how I selected these 3 to 5 products in every category, feel free to fast forward. I will have a timestamp right here. But for those of you that do want to know how I came up with my top picks, I chose these based on the products that not only I reach for myself the most on a regular basis, or products that I recommend the most, because I have oily, mature skin, and not all of you have oily, mature skin. You may have dry, mature skin, but who knows, you may be 25, 30 and decided to click on this video. Welcome to my channel. My audience is primarily age 35, 40 and up, but I do believe that my recommendations will be suitable for most people. That said, there may be some instances in the video where I do mention a specific shade that I personally love, but that obviously might not be a shade that will work for someone with darker skin or much fairer skin. So just keep that in mind. One more thing I do want to say before I get started is that just because a product you love didn't make my list does not mean that I think it's a bad product. That just means one of two things. The first one being, it just didn't meet my personal criteria to be in this video, to be on my list, or 2, I simply forgot about it. Yes, I have been working on this list for weeks, but I still have some written in pen additions of things that I just forgot. And I'm going to begin with my favorite skin prep products. Whether they are moisturizers or primers, I'm lumping them all into one category. These are products that I recommend using before applying any makeup at all. Skin prep, top 5 in no particular order. Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. This is plumping, this is hydrating, it works beautifully under makeup, it doesn't pill, it smells good, I've been using it for years. Also from Charlotte Tilbury, the Invisible UV Flawless Primer. This is a product I repurchase over and over again. It has an SPF of 50, it works with or without foundation, there is no white cast, and it does not pill underneath your makeup. Next is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I don't know that there is a working makeup artist today that doesn't rave about this product for its ultra hydrating effects. It works beautifully on all skin types, even oily skin like mine. I can use this product underneath my makeup without it looking exceptionally greasy after a few hours, or without my makeup sliding all over. It contains vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and it was an Allure Best of 2025 winner. Benefit Porefessional is one of the best pore refining primers at Sephora. Not on the market, because if you watch my videos, you know that there are several drugstore pore refining primers that I do really, really love. But if you're looking to purchase one during the Sephora Savings Event, I would recommend the Porefessional. This is one of those products that is going to instantly smooth out your pores, kind of like you're priming the wall before you paint it. You're putting something down that the makeup is going to glide over and not have it go sinking into any of those porous surfaces. And then lastly, Tatcha's Water Cream. If you have oily or very oily skin, or you live in a very humid climate, this is one of the best moisturizers you can buy to wear underneath your makeup. It gives you just the right amount of hydration. It's a lightweight, oil-free gel cream that once you apply it, kind of just bursts on your skin and delivers 3 times hydration while visibly refining enlarged pores and smoothing texture with a BHA alternative. Okay, moving on to foundations. For this category, I have chosen my personal top 3, meaning they probably are best suited for someone with normal to oily, normal to combination, and normal to dry skin. I can't say with confidence, though, that these would be ideal for someone with very dry skin. And I say that these 3 will work for so many different skin types because none of them are matte foundations and matte full coverage foundations that typically only work for oily skin or combination skin. In my opinion, all 3 of these have very natural finishes, even though they are medium buildable to full coverage. All 3 of my picks are easy to apply, they don't oxidize, and they last all day long. So without any further ado, my top 3 foundation picks are the Natasha Denona High Glam. This is a newer foundation launch. I do have an entire video dedicated to this that I will link in the description box. It is a medium buildable and blurring self-setting serum foundation. It hydrates and balances oil for up to 18 hours. It claims to be an anti-aging hybrid that boosts collagen production and antioxidant defenses. Next up is the Hourglass Ambient Glow. The reviews for this foundation are very mixed, but I have gone through at least 3 bottles. It is a weightless liquid foundation that offers 16 hours of wear. This too is a medium buildable coverage foundation that diffuses imperfections. And my final foundation pick is from Dior. It is the Forever Skin 24-Hour Foundation Stick. This is my go-to foundation for whenever I need to do my makeup in a hurry. It is one of the only foundation sticks, maybe the only foundation stick, in all the ones I've tried in my 30-year career in the beauty industry that has stayed on my oily skin. It gives a natural, blurred finish. It blends like a dream, and it lasts up to 24 hours. I have not personally worn it for more than maybe 12 hours, so I cannot say if the 24-hour claim is honest, is true. But as I just said, it is the longest lasting foundation stick I have ever used. It just looks so beautiful and natural on the skin. Concealers. Also very, very difficult for me to choose because I could rattle off 10 concealers right now that I think are worth looking into. But as I said at the very beginning of this video, part of my criteria was choosing the ones that I reach for over all of the others that I still think are really good. And I do try to rotate my concealers so that they don't go to waste. I rotate in my Dior concealer, my Armani concealer, my Lancome concealer, Estee Lauder concealer. But these 3 are the ones that I use and recommend the most. First up, Natasha Denona's High Glam Concealer. This contains high-tech active ingredients that work instantly and over time to lighten dark circles, reduce puffiness, and improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It's long-wearing, it's brightening, it's depuffing. It can be used to cover hyperpigmentation and acne, and it comes in an ultra-inclusive range of 50 shades. My next pick is somewhat of an underdog because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but it is so, so good. It is from Kulfi, and it is their Main Match Crease Proof Concealer. This is a crease-proof, self-setting, hydrating concealer. It contains moisturizing rosehip extract, soothing licorice root extract, and has a radiant finish. And my final concealer pick is from Sarah Creel. This is the Face Flex Concealer and Complexion Enhancer with Caffeine. This is also an Allure 2025 Best of Beauty Award winner. It offers medium coverage, visible brightening, And it's called a Face Flex Concealer because it is designed to flex with our facial movements so that it doesn't look like it's cracking when we smile. It offers medium coverage with a natural finish and 12-hour wear. Here are my top picks for powders. 1 loose and 2 pressed. My choice for loose powder is the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Setting Powder. I'll be honest with you, even though so many people love the original Laura Mercier loose powder, I always felt that, especially underneath my eyes, if I used it to set my concealer, I aged myself 10 years instantly. I thought it was great for oil control in my T-zone, but I just didn't love it underneath my eyes. So I used many, many different other powders over the years. And honestly, even though I adore the Ultra Blur and I think it's better than the original, especially if you have large pores and texture, I still don't use this underneath my eyes. For underneath my eyes, I use either the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder or the Too Faced Born This Way Soft Blur. Both of those powders can be used all over the face. It's only because I am so oily that I need to use a loose powder and a puff and really pack the powder in through my T-zone. Because I'm sure, just as I'm sitting here underneath these lights and for this long length of time, I am getting shiny as I speak. Sometimes I do touch up with a pressed powder, especially if I'm outside of my home. But when I'm sitting down to do my makeup for the day or for the night, I will set most of my face with a loose powder. Okay, let's talk eyebrows. These are my top picks for eyebrow pencils. I like the formula, I like the shade range, I like the longevity of all 3 of these. First up is the Patrick Ta Major Brow Defining Pencil. This is one of the best blonde brow pencils I have ever found. Because I am no longer a freelance makeup artist and haven't been for years, I obviously don't buy brow colors that don't suit me. So I cannot say for sure that their soft brown or their dark brown is going to be ideal for you if that's what matches your hair color. But I can say that the formula of the Patrick Ta Brow Pencil and my other favorite, the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony, are top tier. They go on beautifully, meaning that they're not too stiff and they're not too soft. Really soft brow pencils I find smudge very, very easily. And on the other side of the coin, if the brow pencil is too stiff, it takes a lot of work to get those natural looking strokes. Speaking of natural looking strokes, a product that I will often use after I have filled in my brows just for a little extra detail work is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Detailer. You do have to be very, very careful with this pencil because if you press even just the tiniest bit too hard, the tip will break off. You have to use a very, very gentle hand, and I love to use it to make natural looking hairs towards the front of my brow and then fill in any sparse areas. It's called a detailer because that's what it does. It just adds those little detailed finishing touches to your perfect brow. All right, let's talk about eyes. These are my favorite eyeshadow palettes. The Makeup by Mario Master Mattes. It's a classic. It's a must-have. Whether you choose the original, that's more warmer toned, or the neutrals, which is a little bit more cooler toned. I have not traveled without one or both of these palettes in my makeup case ever since they launched. If you'd like a palette that has both warm and cool tones, Patrick Ta's Major Dimensions 3 palette is a must. And Patrick recently launched smaller variations of this larger palette. So if you don't feel like you need or want such a big palette, that also contains 2 cream shadows, by the way, which I've got to be honest with you, I don't use the cream shadows very much, if at all, but I do love the rest of the palette. And I do like that he has now come out with a light, medium, and dark version of the palette. 6 shades, much more beginner friendly, much more travel friendly. Even though I already own the large palette, I think I am going to buy one of the smaller ones during the event. And to round out my top 3 in the eyeshadow palette category, I have another underdog product for you that I just don't hear a lot of people speaking about. This is the YSL Couture Mini Clutch Eyeshadow Quads. These are my two favorites, number 300, and the one I'm wearing today is number 710. Obviously, the packaging is quite luxe, but I also love the formula of these. These mattes are so buttery and blendable and luxurious feeling. And the shimmers, I think the shimmer speaks for itself. It is just stunning. Yes, they are pricey, but these palettes deserve more hype. In the eyeliner category, my top 3 picks are the Sarah Creel Eyes Up Creamy Longwear Liner, the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Eyeliner, and the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Longwear Eyeliner. And then for mascara, my picks are the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Volume and Curling Mascara, the Iris and Romeo Peptide Mascara, and YSL Lash Clash. I purchased the YSL Lash Clash in brown. It is my favorite brown mascara. All 3 of these are volumizing, lengthening. I have the tiniest, sparsest, blondest lashes, and I struggle to spend a lot of money on mascaras. I don't like to buy high-end mascaras because there are so many really good ones at the drugstore. So if I'm going to recommend a pricey mascara, it's got to deliver. It has to give me the length, the volume. It has to hold curl. It cannot smudge. It cannot flake. So I stand by all 3 of my mascara picks wholeheartedly. Okay, I think I'm going to talk bronzers and contours next. I've split the bronzer category into creams and powders. I've also done that with blushes as well. When it comes to powder bronzer, you cannot go wrong with any of these. When it comes to powder bronzers, my favorites are from Dior, Gucci, and Giorgio Armani. All 3 of these are beautiful, beautiful bronzers. They're blurring, they're long lasting, they look natural on the skin. They give you just that sun-kissed glow that is the reason why you pick up a bronzer, because you want to warm up your skin. You want to give life to your skin, especially going into the winter time. If you prefer a cream bronzer, my picks for that are the Sarah Creel Peptide Bronzer, the LYS Beauty No Limits Cream Bronzer and Contour Stick, and the Haus Labs Precision Sculpt Shaping Balm Contour Stick. So that one isn't technically a bronzer. It is more of a contour product. I mean, let's face it, most of us in our daily makeup routine, we kind of use one product for both, or maybe you're like me and you use a contour stick to contour and then you go over it with an actual bronzing powder. But the reality is, depending on the shade you pick, you can often use your contour product as your bronzer and vice versa. You just wouldn't want to use anything that is too cool toned for a bronzer. So if you buy a contour product that is very cool toned, I recommend just using it for contour. But if you have a cream bronzer that is more neutral to warm, you feel like you can still do some contouring with it, you most likely can. It will most likely work for both. When it comes to highlight, my top picks are Sarah Creel's Today's Highlights 12-Hour Peptide Balm Luminizer, the Rare Beauty Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighters, and Benefit Cookie. All 3 of these are going to give you that just gorgeous glow that looks stunning in photos. When I'm going out at night and I know I'm going to be taking some photos in some beautiful lighting, I will reach for one of those 3. Honorable mention goes to the Dior highlighters. All right, it is time for blush. Powder blush, liquid blush, cream blush, I've got them all. This was the hardest category for me to do my picks because there are so many incredible blushes at Sephora. I honestly can't stop buying them. Anytime a new blush launches, I'm either lucky enough to be sent them in a PR package, or I go out and purchase one or two or three if I really, really like the formula. And lately, anytime a new blush has launched, if I don't get a PR package, I do go out and buy one, and then I end up buying another, and then another, because they're just so good. So let me just cut to the chase and give you my favorites. And in this category, I could not cut it down to 5. All of these are amazing. When it comes to the formula, when it comes to the wear time, the shade selection, these are winners, one and all. The YSL Make Me Blush Powder Blushes. These are pricey, yet I love them so much I bought 4. I luckily was sent one shade in a PR package. This is the Cherry shade number 15, but I purchased 1, 2, yeah, I think I already said 4. I have 4. And the color I'm wearing right now is number 44, which is a beautiful kind of mauve-y shade that has some shimmer in it. So I don't even need to wear highlight when I use this blush. Look at what that does for my cheekbones. It just makes them pop. So I love these. Then I've got 2 of the Ilia Soft Focus Blurring Blushes. These are super blurring blushes. And when you've got skin like mine, the more blurring, the better. Also, the Tower 28 blushes are extremely blurring. They are called Get Set, Blur, and Matte. So they are matte blushes, whereas the Ilias have a little bit of a sheen. I haven't tried all the colors. I just have, like I said, 2, and they do have a little bit of a glow to them. Not as much as this, but they do have a little bit of a glow. They're not completely matte. And then, of course, in the YSL, there's mattes and shimmers. I also think Kosas Blush is Life blushes are fantastic, as are the new Glossier Cloud Paint Plush blushes. I only have 1 shade of this blush as of now, but I'm tempted to buy another one during the sale. When it comes to liquid and cream blushes, my top 3 are the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tints, the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Bouncy Blushes. The Rare Beauty Bouncy Blushes also won an Allure 2025 Best of Beauty Award. They are a cushiony cream to powder formula that gives you the most beautiful flush of color and gives you a lasting blurred matte finish. There is no way I could do a Sephora recommendations video without mentioning the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blushes. I think I own every shade of these. I know a lot of you watching hate the word obsessed, but I don't know what else to call it when you buy every single shade of a product. I did not get any of these in PR. I have bought them over the years. Do I need all of them? Absolutely not. But he keeps coming out with the most beautiful duos. A couple of my favorites are She's That Girl, She Goes to the Gym, and believe it or not, this one called She Left Me on Red. I just adore everything about these, from the packaging with the mirror and the little plastic cover so that the cream doesn't dry out, to the pigmentation, the fact that I can use the cream as my lip color, and I do that a lot. When I'm going for a monochromatic look, I will often put the blush on my cheeks, both the cream and the powder, and then I will take a little bit of the cream and put that on my lips, maybe add a gloss, maybe not. I just cannot recommend these enough. I adore them, and there is a shade for every skin tone. Okay, we are moving right along. It's time to get into lips. Lip liners. The Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Sculpting Pencils. They're creamy. They've got a brush on the other end. They're long wearing. Love them. My favorite shade is Almond. Then we have the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheats. I have almost all the shades, if not all the shades, in this lip liner as well. My favorites are, of course, Pillow Talk, Iconic Nude, Super Size Me is another good one, as well as Love Trap. If you have darker skin, Foxy Brown is amazing. And then lastly, the Makeup Forever Artist Pencil Extreme lip liner pencils. These are the longest wearing lip liners I own. And when I say long wearing, I mean they don't move. I have had this lip liner stay on through eating a Caesar salad, a greasy cheeseburger, French fries. These pencils are legit. My two favorites are Wherever Walnut and Anywhere Caffeine. When it comes to lipsticks, my top picks are the new Rouge Dior On Stage Longwear. I only have one of these so far, and I absolutely adore it. A glossy lipstick that actually stays? Yes, please. The packaging is gorgeous. These feel amazing on my lips. The color is absolute perfection. Yes, I do love a glossy lipstick, hence why my next pick is something that could have gone in the gloss category as well, I suppose, but I'm putting it in the lipstick category, and it is the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balms. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to put some of my favorite shades up on the screen. For a glossy lipstick, these actually do have, in my opinion, decently long wear. And the shade selection is just stunning. They have a lot more shades than the Dior. Hopefully someday the Dior shade range will expand like the Hourglass has. So for now, if you cannot find a shade that you love in the Rouge Dior On Stage lipstick, check out the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balms. And then lastly, in the lipstick category, I've chosen the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing Satin Shine lipsticks. I really enjoy this formula. I think they are super hydrating. They're shiny, but not as shiny as either the Dior or the Hourglass. The shade Pillow Talk Fair is my go-to nude pink. I wear it all the time. I love it so much. It does not pull orangey at all. At least it doesn't on me. They contain vitamin E and light diffusing pigments, and this formula contains antioxidants. So my lip combo today is the Makeup by Mario Almond Lip Liner with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Fair. And then on top is one of my top picks for lip glosses, which is from YSL. This is the Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss. And the shade I have on over the Pillow Talk Fair is number 44. These smell so good. The shine is incredible. They have a little bit of a tingle to them, but I don't find it to be painful at all. I have worn this on its own and definitely saw a little bit of plumping. Not a lot, but then again, I don't see a lot of plumping from any gloss that claims to be plumping. I also really like the size of these. They're the perfect size to just put in your back pocket or an evening bag. I only have 2 shades right now, but I know I will be picking up a third during the holiday savings event. And for the same reasons I love those, I also love the Charlotte Tilbury Big Lip Plumpgasm glosses. I have the original Pillow Talk Fair Light, I think it's called. And then she recently came out with, well, a couple of months ago, I purchased Nudegasm. And then just recently for holiday, she launched another shade called Chocolate Strawberry or Strawberry Chocolate. Like I said, I recommend these for the same reasons I recommend these. They have beautiful packaging. They both have incredible shine. They both plump your lips a little bit without burning. And they also, and this is really, really important, they do not run outside of my lip line. If you watch my videos regularly, you may have seen that in a recent video of mine, actually, I think it might have been in one of my videos where I was demoing the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balms, or I was at least talking about them. And I decided to put on another coat, and I already had too much on. So it did end up sliding down my chin. And because I look in this viewfinder without my glasses on, I didn't know until I got to editing, where I do put my glasses on, that I could see the gloss going down my chin. So that said, don't be scared that with the Phantom Glossy Balm, you're going to have that happen. It only happened because I applied too much. So now that I say that, there is a chance, even with these, if I apply too much, that it could still go outside my lip line. But if I don't apply too much, just the normal gloss amount, as far as I know, I have not had gloss run down my chin. If you do not want a gloss that has any sort of plumping at all, I encourage you to check out the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly Hydrating Non-Sticky Lip Oils or the NARS Afterglow Lip Shine Glosses. Another very underrated product. NARS Afterglow Lip Shines are truly beautiful. They're not sticky. They're not clumpy. The shades are gorgeous. And yeah, they just deserve way more attention than they get. Honorable mention for the Say Glossy Bounce lip glosses. And now that I say that, I cannot believe I also forgot to recommend the Say Super Suede Talc-Free Powder Blushes. How did I forget about those? Like I said, there are just so many fantastic blushes out there right now. And if you can't tell, I'm a bit of a blush addict. So yeah, I'm really sorry I forgot to mention those, but I'm glad I caught it before I finished this video. And by the way, I will be adding, of course, links to everything in the description box in their correct categories. I'm also going to be putting chapters in this video. So if you want to favorite this video and come back to it later, you should be able to just go to whatever chapter you are looking for, whether it's lips or foundation, concealer, blush. It should be fairly easy to find within this video. I want to quickly run through my favorite hairstyling products, some brushes, and setting sprays. Oh, and perfumes as well. So, hairstyling. The Chris McMillan Glassy Smooth Blow Dry Spray. This is my new favorite product for smoothing my hair before I blow dry. I have naturally frizzy, very wavy, coarse hair. It needs high heat to smooth out, a round brush, and if the humidity even gets above 10%, my hair starts to poof up and frizz. And I have found this Chris McMillan spray to work wonders for keeping my hair smooth. I have also repurchased year after year this Living Proof Heat Styling Spray. I use a lot of hot tools on my hair, not just a blow dryer, but I often use a flat iron just around my hairline. Even if I don't flat iron the rest of my hair, I still have to flat iron the cowlicks that I have right around here that just seem to be getting worse and worse. I also use curling irons on occasion, my Dyson Airwrap. So even though the products that I use to smooth out my hair that I apply before blow drying do contain some sort of heat protectant, I do, as I mentioned, often go in with a flat iron or a curling iron after I've smoothed out my hair with a round brush. So I use the Living Proof spray before I use any of those tools. So I'll use the Chris McMillan before I blow dry, and then I'll spray with the Living Proof before I go in with a flat iron or a curling iron. I also highly, highly recommend the K18 mask. This leave-in formula contains the K18 peptide that repairs damage from bleach, color, chemical services, and heat. This product reaches the innermost layers of your hair and repairs from the inside out. One of my favorite things about this product is that I can skip conditioner because this is your conditioner. How you use this is you wash your hair with shampoo as usual. And then what I do is once I'm out of the shower, I wrap my hair in an absorbent twisty turban to get the excess moisture out. And then I'll typically go and do my makeup for 15-20 minutes. And then I come back, take my absorbent towel off, and then do 2 pumps of the K18, run it through my hair, wait a minute, comb it through, and then wait another 3 to 4 minutes before going in and styling my hair. So it saves me a lot of time because I don't know about you, but conditioning my hair in the shower and getting it all rinsed out is kind of time consuming. And using the K18 mask takes out that entire step, and my hair feels so soft. It's so much easier to smooth. It looks shiny. It feels healthier. And yeah, this product is going to be a staple in my hair routine for years to come. When it comes to brushes, these are some of my favorites available at Sephora. This is the Patrick Ta dual-ended sculpting brush. I also love the Patrick Ta Precision Nose Brush. And then lastly, the Makeup by Mario F4 dual-ended face brush. And I love that one to apply my foundation, cream blush. It's so good. And then my top picks for setting sprays are the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. That should come as no surprise to anyone who knows me well. I have been using and raving about that setting spray for years. If you're looking for something a little bit less sticky, maybe something that gives a little bit more of a soft focus effect, I would highly recommend either the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Setting Spray or the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. And now we have come to the last category, which is fragrance. I have been using and loving and getting compliments on this Valentino Born in Roma Intense for years. Anytime I wear this, I get compliments. Typically, I wear this at night because it is a heavier, more sort of sexy fragrance. Not that we can't be sexy during the day, because of course we can, but I typically save this for evenings. This is a warm floral that contains vanilla and jasmine. This fragrance lasts. Maybe it's just me. As we all know, fragrances are different on everyone. The way a fragrance reacts to my body chemistry is going to be different from the way it would react to yours. But all I can say is that I put this on at night and I can still smell it on me the next morning. And then these two are newer favorites of mine. The Ellis Brooklyn Queen's Caramel Eau de Parfum. This just smells so yummy. I am not usually one to love a yummy gourmand scent, but there's something about the dry down of this that I love. The keynotes of this are caramel, whipped coconut, and milky musks. It smells so good I want to eat it. And then this one, I just bought the travel spray. It is the Perfume Mist de Guava. It says here, gotta put my glasses on to read it, this alcohol-free mist won't dry out your skin or hair. Tropically scented with notes of guava, lemon zest, and peach, this 98% naturally derived formula delivers a glowing shimmer while adding shine. I did not realize that it had shimmer in it. Transport yourself to La Isla wherever you go with this long-lasting, tropically scented mist. I do love a tropical scent, so that's why I bought it, because I wanted something just to keep in my purse that when I just wanted an uplifting, yummy scent, I could just spray this on and it wouldn't be overpowering. And I didn't know it gave shine to the hair. That's why I was struggling there for a second. I didn't want to be talking and spraying at the same time for this exact reason, because I knew it was going to go in my mouth. I don't know. Does my hair look shinier? Certainly smells good. So yeah, oh my goodness. I think that is 60 plus product recommendations. If you stuck it out to the end, I appreciate you. If you only watched parts and then went away for a day or two or an hour or two and came back and watched the rest, or even just some of the remainder of this video, I appreciate you too. As I mentioned earlier, all of the products will be listed and linked in the description box, as well as tagged through YouTube Shopping. I do not think YouTube Shopping will allow me to tag as many products as are in this video though. So if something is missing, please do tap Show More so that you can bring down the full description box. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find me over on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.